is a very, very strong. And again, you know, Maria's in her 46th FIVB World Tour Final 4. 10 golds, 12 silvers, 13 bronze medals. New kid on the block, Dane. New kid on the block with Juliana as her partner.
Yeah, a lot of experience on the side of Antonelli and Juliana. And I believe the fact that Juliana, you know, she's a legend. She's a bronze medalist in 2012 Olympics with Larissa Franca, playing with Maria Antonelli. They proved that they were the team of the 2014 season. They may be seeded 4th going against the #1 seed in Agatha and Barbara, but I give the edge to Maria Antonelli and Juliana Felisberta because of experience.
Let's get straight into it. Here's Maria Antonelli with the first serve of this gold medal match in Stavanger, Norway, the second round of the Swatch Beach Volleyball Major Series. And it's a good start for Antonelli and her partner Juliana. The experienced duo getting the first point on the board, even though Agatha and Seychelles are ranked #1. They've already won on the tour in 2015. An open event in Prague last month. And Agatha shows her skills at the net as the in the yellow cap. There's a lovely shot of Barbara, who she serves it to. Agatha sets it up now for Barbara to attack. And pokes it with the left hand very nicely. Spots the gap in the court. Good shot to level the score.
Really like Barbara's vision, seeing that Maria Antonelli was going to shift into that line, saw the open court angle and executed it perfectly.
Agatha Bednarchuk, 31 years of age, from Rio. Oh, great work at the net from Juliana. Well, she's only 5'10", but my oh my, she got some spring to get the height there.
She's not only got spring, she's got great technique. She presses back into the court, and that is her second block. So look out for this competition at the net between Juliana and Agatha. Right now, Juliana 2 blocks to Agatha 0.
Antonelli back with service. Puts it to Barbara. Now on the attack.
Out of bounds right there. So for Juliana, that's not going to be in the stat book. She doesn't get the block, but look at the intimidation factor. Agatha coming in from that right side and trying to put that ball away and going around, avoiding the block, but it ends up out of bounds.
Oh, Barbara Seychelles with a nice little tip shot over the top there. Side switch at 7. Wind died down a little than the bronze medal match, but still could play its part in this gold medal match today.
You're absolutely right. And remember, we switch sides on increments of 7, so not to give the advantage to any one team. We do have a good side and a bad side. Right now, the good side is where Agatha and Barb are serving from, and the bad side would be considered the left side. If you're viewing your television, the left side being Juliana and Maria Antonelli. You want that wind in your face, and you want to take advantage of it.
2-point advantage for Juliana and Antonelli. It is Juliana Felisberta with that service. She's 31 years of age from Fortaleza. Agatha, good shot.
4-5.
Beautiful shot to the corner. Noticing that Juliana and Maria Antonelli a little bit out of position. Smart play right there.
Agatha, recognizable by her long, dark ponytail. Her teammate, Barbara Seychelles, with the shorter hair. Juliana on the attack. Good work at the net from both players. Juliana tries again. A different shot. Oh, and a great shot from Agatha.
Well, 2 failed opportunities by Juliana. You don't see that very often. But Juliana unable to put the ball away. So what happens at the net? Agatha takes advantage and splits the defense for the point.
Tying at 5-all, it's Agatha that takes service. Antonelli sets for Juliana. No problems this time. Knows exactly how to play it. She had a couple of practices in the last point and figures it out in the sixth.
Well, it's interesting that Agatha and Barbara are targeting the more experienced Juliana. Remember, we mentioned it, she has 88 medals to her name, if you can believe it. 88. Some of these players haven't even played in 88 tournaments, as Maria Antonelli goes with the ace, line to line. A very difficult serve to execute, but she completely catches Agatha off guard. Look at this extension right down the line. All Agatha can do is watch.
Great serve from Antonelli. Can she give us another?
Too much of it. 6-7.
6-7. Now, Agatha Seixas or Barbara now with that service, and it is Barbara Seixas to put the service into play. Here we go. Oh, too long.
8-6. Side switch.
Side switch, 2-point advantage for Juliana and Antonelli.
Who reached these 21 points first?
Couple-point advantage as these teams switch sides. Very chilly weather here, a bit cold in Stavanger. Of course, that is why, if you're wondering, that the players are in these black skin suits. It's to keep the muscles warm. It's about 52 degrees Fahrenheit, about 10, 11 degrees Celsius right now down on center court.
Antonelli, great shot, splits the defense, splits the team of Agatha and Barbara. They're three clear now, Juliana and Antonelli.
Agatha and Barbara going to burn one of their timeouts, trailing by 3. Gonna think this thing over. It's rare that you see a timeout called before the technical timeout. If it is called, you know that things are not going a team's way. Agatha and Barbara going to talk it out and discuss the strategy, making sure that they're clear on where the defensive sets are. Remember, when you're playing your fellow countrywoman, you know their tendencies. So these four players know one another extremely well. It's about having that mental, psychological advantage, and I give that to Juliana and Maria Antonelli because of the experience. We know the history. Look at that bundled up crowd right there. Not the traditional beach volleyball crowd, but so unique here in Stavanger. Everybody bundled up because it is cold out there.
There's more ski jackets than bikinis this weekend. It's awfully cold up here in the commentator position, right up in the gods of the grandstand. But I have to say, the atmosphere nonetheless is still electric for this Swatch Beach Volleyball Major in Stavanger City, Norway. Now let's see if Juliana, with service, can maintain this 3-point advantage after Agatha and Barbara calling a timeout. Big serve from Juliana. Oh, block was in the right position, but didn't get the angle. One of those points is pulled back by Agatha and Barbara.
Barbara, the southpaw lefty, really blasts that ball off the block and out of bounds, using the block quite nicely.
Agatha with service. Oh, great shot from Antonelli. At one point, Juliana and Antonelli look to be disagreeing with each other who should make the dig, but they soon recover to score the point.
They're such a good team together. They really complement each other well. And sometimes it looks like they might be bickering, but that's the way they go about things, and they seem to work it out more times than not.
Ace from Antonelli. She's having a great service game in this opening set.
Beautiful ace right down the middle. Barb and Agatha, all they can really do is watch. Full extension, nice traditional topspin jump serve. And she beats them to the punch with the power.
Barbara on the attack.
No block, no one for Barbara Seixas.
Barbara Seixas, nice work with the left hand again.
Here we go, here we go.
Bad decision by Juliana to drop off the net. You want to stay at the net when the set is that good.
Here's a 28-year-old from Rio, Barbara Seixas with the service. Right to the feet of Juliana, who digs well and finishes it just as nicely. 4 points clear at 12-8.
Barbara and Agatha trying to figure out who they should be serving. We've seen them go quite a few times to Juliana, then they switch it up to Maria Antonelli, and it doesn't seem like either one of the situations is working right now.
Well, Juliana was marching off the set there. She's got her calculations a little wrong, one too early for the technical timeout. That put a smile on a few people's faces. She goes back to the court, serves it in beautifully. Now here is Agatha.
And now it's time for the technical timeout.
Now we get a technical timeout. Now, Barbara. And
right now.
Agatha move off court, but still trailing by 3.
To this point, very evenly matched, but it seems like Juliana and Maria Antonelli have a slight edge, and that edge has come from Maria Antonelli's ace serve and Juliana's 2 blocks. We haven't seen any aces or any blocks from Barbara and Agatha, and that has been the difference, as those 3 points have given Juliana and Maria Antonelli the edge. And it's tough when you are Agatha and Barbara. You think about it, they've watched Juliana play with Larissa all these years, rack up all these medals. I mean, 129 events Juliana has played in. She's brought home 88 medals, and of course, this will be medal number 89. The only question is, what color is that medal? Is it going to be gold or silver? So the fact that you're playing a legend in Juliana, sometimes that can mess with your head from a psychological advantage. Barbara and Agatha need to overcome that as if they were playing any other team on tour and try to take it to her.
And potentially this is their first gold of the 2015 season, as Juliana again stamps her authority on this first set, 13-9. Antonelli now goes to the back of court to serve. 4 clear. Ooh, that almost went over the right side. Not quite.
Almost resulting in another ace serve right there. So close, but it stays on Antonelli and Juliana's side. For Barbara and Agatha, they just have to serve the ball a little bit tougher, take some risks right now. She wants to serve to Juliana. That's why she's wiggling that finger.
Juliana now on the attack. And the ball goes out after the block from Agatha. 14-10.
Maria, Juliana.
Good use of the block by Juliana. She pokes it into the block. Can't be controlled by Agatha, and it goes just out of bounds.
Juliana with service. This potentially to go 5 clear. Oh, a service error. She'll be a little disappointed with herself for that. At a point where Juliana and Antonelli look to be taking control of this first set. Give a golden opportunity for Agatha with service and Barbara to come back. That was a good set from Antonelli. And an easy score for Juliana.
Agatha and Barbara don't have an answer, and if I were coaching them, I don't know if I would have a solution to give them who to serve, because both Maria Antonelli and Juliana are playing at such a high level right now. No one is giving up points.
I think they're giving them a little too much respect, perhaps.
Great dig.
Oh, unlucky! Spectacular play.
Out of reach. Nice set.
Solid dig by Juliana on the retreat, and then Maria Antonelli puts her right on the net. That's where you want it, but she lets the ball drop just too low, and all it takes is a split second. That ball's too low, and you don't clear the net.
Barbara Seixas with the service. Set from Antonelli. Juliana on the attack.
This ball is out.
So they finally score a point by an error by Juliana. So it's been few and far between the points coming when Juliana and Maria Antonelli are receiving serve. They usually don't give one up, but they do right there. Let's see if Barbara and Agatha go right back to Juliana to try to score again. They do.
Oh, good shot from Barbara. And they're pulling themselves back into this first set, settling into a good rhythm now. Agatha and Barbara.
Well, they go to Juliana, they make a great defensive play, and most importantly, they end up putting the ball away on the other end. So maybe this will be their strategy now. Go to Juliana, try to score some points.
To Juliana again it is. Antonelli sets for Juliana. Lovely little tip ball there. Well read.
16-14.
Such a repertoire of shots, Juliana and Antonelli. They now know to change their tactic if they're going to be targeted.
Yeah, Juliana has an array of shots, but she has been prone to give away a few points here and there, and that's why Agatha and Barbara probably will continue to serve her.
Juliana serves the ball into play. Agatha sets for Barbara. Great shot.
Big hit right there on the right side. Barbara getting a lot of action on serve receive from her fellow country women in Juliana and Maria Antonelli. They continue to serve Barbara, but she continues to have an answer.
Is to level the scores. Oh, unlucky for Barbara Seixas there. Good dig.
17-15.
But once again, Juliana and Antonelli, the experienced duo of the four Brazilians on court, take a 2-point advantage. And it is Maria Antonelli who's had some big serves in this first set, putting the ball into play. Great block of the net. Perfect timing from Juliana to draw 3 clear.
She loves that move. It really gets her into the match emotionally when she gets a block. That's the 3rd block for Juliana, 0 blocks for Agatha and Barbara. And that's been a huge difference here in this first set.
Oh, and the ball is out. The point is given to Juliana. Antonelli, they're 4 clear at 19-15.
They try a back set right there to try to disrupt the block of Juliana, but they confused themselves in the process and then hit that out. So a big lead right now for Juliana and Antonelli.
It's another impressive service run from Antonelli.
Nice one, Barbara Seixas.
Very important shot and a very important score for Barbara Seixas.
The final phase of the third set.
Barbara's really answered the call. She's got pretty much every serve, and she's done a good job putting the ball away. The big difference has been the blocking of Juliana. She's gotten a few blocks in, and that has been enabled the Brazilian duo of Juliana and Antonelli to get a 3-point lead. There's the line call on both players. They want to serve Juliana again.
Goodness, Juliana.
That ball just out of bounds.
So 10 points. Juliana has the first set point here in a strong position. Oh, and what a way to sign off in the first set. 21-16. Maria Antonelli and Juliana. It's a pretty speedy first set as well. Good work.
Right down the middle. No indecision there other than They both were a little too aggressive in going towards the ball. Here, little secrets being told by Juliana and Antonelli. Looking at the stats, it came down to blocks. Look at that, 3 blocks to 0 and 3 aces to 0. That accounts for 6 points. You see, they ended up winning by 5 points, and it was Barb and Agatha who got the first point. So if you do the math, it comes down exactly to that. Aces and blocks going in favor of Juliana and Maria Antonelli. 3 of each, that will be the difference. What needs to happen in the second set is Barbara and Agatha need to come out and they need to take more risk serving the ball so they get a few more aces maybe. And on the defensive end, they have to block better.
Dane, another one of the big subjects here that we should spend a few moments discussing. Brazil versus Brazil, but Olympic places for Rio 2016 are at a premium. And of course, in the Grand Slams and the majors where we're at here, you get more points. There are 800 Olympic qualifying points, and that is very important to both of these teams out there this afternoon.
Well, you're absolutely right, Nick. It's everything, because each country only gets a certain amount of teams into the Olympics and into big tournaments. So if you are not one of the top 2 teams in Brazil, you might not be going to the Olympics. Since they are the host country, they will probably get 3 teams in, but it is going to be a dogfight between all the competitors of Brazil and big contingents like the United States and Germany with so many teams. This makes this final, even though it's Brazil versus Brazil, each of these players want to get the edge on the other player. That's what makes it so important.
Absolutely. And I think with $57,000 worth of prize money up for grabs, I think that's the least important. It's the 800 Olympic qualifying points that go to the winners that I think have the biggest booty of the day. First point is already on the board for Juliana Antonelli, but they're all square with Agatha and Barbara leveling it up.
Beautiful shot there to start the second set. But Nick, you know what? I think you're absolutely right. It's the 800 points because, sure, $57,000 is a huge paycheck, but if you make the Olympics and you medal, possibly bringing home a gold medal, that can translate, especially in a country like in Brazil, to millions of dollars and a lot of notoriety.
And the 2016 Summer Olympic Games are just around the corner. We'll also chat in the next time out about the forthcoming World Championships, Dane, as well, because there's a guaranteed spot to the Olympics to the winner of the Worlds in The Hague at the end of this month. 2-1 to Juliana and Antonelli, and it's Juliana who puts the ball into play here. Oh, there's one smashed right down into the body by Barbara. Leveling the scores at 2-2. Remember, Agatha and Barbara must win this second set if they're to stay in this gold medal match. It is Barbara Seixas with service. Juliana on the attack. Oh, on the line. Perfect timing. Perfect distance with that attack. 3-2 to Juliana and Antonelli.
So you saw Agatha drop off the net. As soon as a blocker drops off the net, you want to either go at that retreating blocker or split the middle between the defenders deep, and that's what Juliana does, because that only gives her a boost, and we're seeing that happen right now.
Oh.
Indecision right there. That's usually the defender's priority because she can see the blocker in front of her. Usually Maria Antonelli should have called off the turning Juliana. See, Juliana can't see Maria, but Maria can see Juliana, so she should call Juliana off and play that ball. But that comes down to precise communication in a split second.
I think it's the first miscommunication that we've seen all week long here in Stavanger from Juliana and Antonelli. Let's take a look at service now from Agatha. Agatha Bednashuk puts the ball into play. Juliana sets for Antonelli. Goes cross-court, sees the gap. Textbook shot, and a good point.
So now Antonelli getting a serve. Remember, Agatha and Barbara were targeting Juliana for quite some time. They weren't getting quite the result that they liked, so they switched their service to to Maria Antonelli to test her skills.
Good, powerful serve from Juliana, who's already back at the net. Oh, and the flag stays down. Good point score for Barbara there. And an important side out for Agatha and Barbara. It's Barbara who will take service in an attempt to level the scores here. They must win the second set. Good shot from Antonelli.
Nice roll shots, Maria Antonelli.
Great shot right there, very precise, getting it over the top of the block of Agatha. Agatha gets a hand on it, but can't control it.
Only playing together since 2014, Juliana and Antonelli with service. But as individuals, a wealth of experience, and that experience is now starting to show.
Right down the middle of the court right there. That's where you want to serve. You see that happening quite often, especially in the women's game. They like to serve it right down the middle. It creates indecision and sometimes an ace.
It wasn't easy to work with coming off the top of the net. Good play from Agatha and Barbara.
The line is wide open. And she quickly hits that ball on top of the ball so it lands and gets to the sand fast.
Agatha with service. Nice and short. Juliana up at the net. Great shot.
Juliana just really solid. She's been in so many positions like this before where she's in a gold medal final. The other team's trying to serve her, trying to get her in trouble, but she continues to be rock solid.
Is Barbara up at the net attacking. Antonelli. Juliana, Antonelli on the attack. And now 4 clear. Juliana and Antonelli really starting to dance around this court to make the ball sing for them.
Yeah, they're putting the ball in the exact position, or they're just absolutely overpowering Agatha and Barbara right now. And they're playing with more of an intensity, they're playing in control, and they're dictating the pace of play, more importantly. So, timeout by Agatha and Barbara, and they know that this one is slowly slipping away. In order for them to turn things around, they need to turn up their serving pressure. They haven't put a lot of serving pressure on Juliana or on Maria Antonelli. When they've decided to serve a particular player, it's just been basically, let's go to that player. And it's a pretty easy serve going over the net. They have to take more risks, they need more ace serves, and more importantly, they need to make more defensive plays, either in the backcourt with the defense of Barbara or the block at the net with a big block of Agatha. Really, Juliana and Maria Antonelli have owned the blocking and the ace category, and that's been a huge difference.
Well, after a poor start to the 2015 season by their standards, they're now starting to find top gear, and they're finding it here in Stavanger, Norway. Antonelli with another great dig. Oh, unlucky.
Good dig right there. Great anticipation, great read. You know, she's using all that information by knowing someone from her country in Agatha and Barbara. When you come from the same country, you know each other well, and you can tell Maria Antonelli getting a jump on every single shot.
Juliana up and attacking at the net. Good block. It's a perfect block from Agatha.
Well, that's block number 4 for Juliana. 4-0 in the blocking category for Juliana and Antonelli. No answers right now. Actually, excuse me, I have that wrong. I thought Juliana had blocked that, so finally a block, I should say, for Agatha and Barbara.
Juliana gets it that time, though. Holding on to their three-point advantage, 1 set to love. This is the second set. We've yet to see Agatha and Barbara take more than a 1-point lead over Juliana and Antonelli, and Antonelli's service has been impressive throughout this match.
Another great serve.
Oh, well spotted by Agatha. Both Juliana and Antonelli were expecting it to come powering to the back of the court.
You can hear Maria Antonelli tell Juliana, yell at her to go. There's no excuse for that. A great serve gets Barbara and Agatha in trouble, but they end up getting out of it.
Great defense from both Brazilian teams here, but it's Antonelli that puts it away down the alley. 11-8.
Really enjoy watching Antonelli's game. She's really upped the level of her play recently, especially in this tournament. She's all over the court, and she's making things happen, getting that ball up, putting the ball away, and celebrating her successes.
Juliana with service. Serving to Barbara. Barbara now attacks.
Nice one, Barbara Seixas. 9.
Seixas, a very powerful hit to the deep court right there. Antonelli decided to let it go, thinking it might have been out, but it came by so quickly, and it hit the back line.
It is Barbara Seixas with service. Deep to Juliana. Antonelli sets for Juliana. And that's another good strike right down the middle. 12-9, technical timeout at 21 points. Good play from Juliana and Antonelli. The two on our screen, Dane, have yet to win on the 2015 tour. Taking the gold medal here today, which I think they're about to do, will set them right on their way for the forthcoming World Championships in The Hague at the end of this month, as well as the third major of our series in Gstaad in July. But of course, a lot of the teams know that if you win the World Championships, it does give you an Olympic spot. And that must be the carrot that's been dangled in front of so many of them. The third Brazilian team that we enjoyed so much in Porridge last weekend, Larissa and Talita, out of this competition through injury. And it's funny, with those two out, we really are seeing Juliana and Antonelli shine.
Yeah, Juliana and Antonelli have brought up their game. And you mentioned the World Championships in a couple weeks in The Hague. Never has a tournament been so big, and the reason is because you mentioned it, that automatic berth. We've never had a tournament on tour that gave you automatic entry into the Olympic Games. So talk about a carrot. That's the biggest carrot I've ever seen dangled. You want to be at your peak when that tournament comes around.
And that peak is looking good right now. Oh, Barbara Seixas puts the ball out with that left-hand aggressive spike. It allows Juliana and Antonelli to draw 13-9 clear.
As Juliana just blasts that ball, and they are playing with authority, aggression, and they are dictating every single move of this gold medal final.
Juliana it is with service. Medal 89 of her career is on her way, but she would dearly love it to be gold. They leave it. And
another ace serve. That one by Juliana. So Maria Antonelli has two aces. Juliana now with two aces, and again in that same position right down the middle, confusing Barbara and Agatha.
She doesn't want to give Antonelli all the ace statistics. Oh, Juliana, great save! Incredible play! Oh! Well, that must have been the dig of the tournament.
This is interesting, and you're going to have some bickering right now, because Barbara and Agatha continue to go to the referee. They want an open hand, underhand dig. I don't know what they're complaining about because it looked like a very clean play. I don't know if we can get a replay on that dig. Here we check it out. She blocks it, she goes after it and tries to get it up. That's what they're complaining on, that did she lift that ball? The question is no, they're not going to get it, but the thing is they put that ball in the nice corner, they win the point. They have more to deal with than that referee missing one call. They need to get on track here because Agatha and Barbara are running out of time.
You called it, Dane, and hit the nail right on the head. They do need to refocus here. Remember, they're trailing by 1 set. Barbara puts the ball, and that's the first ace for Barbara in this match.
Really solid. Right down the middle again. You see where all these aces are happening. They're happening not beating the defenders to the punch. They're mesmerizing and confusing the receiving team.
Here's Barbara at the net again. Antonelli. Spectacular work. Antonelli back up to try and put it away. Oh, just a little too long.
So nice, though, by Antonelli laying it out. She's basically been the best defender throughout the weekend, just covering the court so well, getting almost every ball up in the air, or at least getting her hands on every shot, just unable to put that one away.
Well, a change in momentum for Agatha and Barbara. It's Barbara with service. Antonelli sets for Juliana. Up at the net she goes. Oh, and that's an important score. 16-13. Juliana and Antonelli on screen keep their three-point advantage. Service from Antonelli. Agatha and Barbara to receive. Oh, what a block from Juliana. Oh.
This one actually ricochets right off the offensive player right there. That's the kind of block you dream about, when you block it straight down right off the attacker. There's nothing they can do about it.
Antonelli again chooses to serve Barbara. And again, Juliana is at the net. 18-13, 5 clear. And this could be done and dusted in 2 sets.
Well, what you're seeing is that Juliana and Maria Antonelli are just outclassing Agatha and Barbara right now. They're just playing at a higher level. They're playing more error-free, and they are putting the pressure on. I mean, 5 stuff blocks, and remember that Juliana is only 5 feet 10 inches, so not the biggest of blockers, but she knows the tendency of Barbara and Agatha, and she's exploiting it at every opportunity.
It's Agatha with service. Her and her partner, Barbara Seixas, trailing by 4. Antonelli. Juliana sets for Antonelli. Antonelli, he really is brimming with confidence here. Takes that 5-point advantage back again, 19-14.
That was huge. That was a hit, and it was with authority, a little stare down through the net by Maria Antonelli. You can tell Juliana and Antonelli are hungry to bring home gold.
Oh, and now it goes to match point for Juliana and Antonelli.
Nice pass, good set, but then Barbara tries to cut it too sharp of an angle right there. Juliana in command.
Oh, Antonelli again, a reaction save. Can Antonelli finish it all up here? Oh, not quite.
15, 20.
Side switch. 15-20. Barbara Seixas serving to try and stay in the match here, and it's the second match point for the other Brazilian team, Juliana and Antonelli. Serves it to Juliana. Antonelli sets for Juliana. Juliana on the attack. Cross-court spike out of the textbook. It is gold medal number 89 for Juliana. It is the first win